All right. Are we ready? Yep. Sure. Let's go. I will call to order the Wednesday, August 27th, 2025 City of Battle Creek Planning Commission meeting. Can we get a roll call for attendance, please?
Commissioner Hughes.
Here.
Commissioner O'Donnell.
Here.
Commissioner Godfrey is absent. Commissioner Gray.
Here.
Commissioner Morris.
Here.
Commissioner Dennison is absent. Commissioner Moten. Commissioner White. Mayor Binky.
Here.
Thank you. On to approval of minutes, this being the July 23, 2025 meeting. Are there any comments or questions regarding the minutes? Seeing none, can I get a motion to approve the July 23, 2025 minutes?
Motion. Go ahead.
Motion to approve.
Okay. Second.
All right. It's been moved and supported. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Motion's approved. All right. Any correspondence?
No correspondence.
Any additions or deletions?
No additions, no deletions.
All right, let's jump in. We can proceed to public hearings and deliberations. As a reminder to all, with public hearings, we'll hear from staff, then the applicant, then open the floor for public comments on that item. We ask that when coming forward, you state your name and address. Once comments are completed, we'll close the public hearing. If you want to comment on something not specific to this public hearing, you will be provided time to do so later in the agenda, where we will take comments at that time. Commissioners, a reminder to you, the role of this body today is to hold the public hearings on these requests, review any proposed changes, and put forth a recommendation to the City Commission. Any change recommended by the Planning Commission must be approved by the City Commission. With that, we will open the public hearing for consideration of rezoning request number PRZ 25-0005. This is a petition from the City of Battle Creek requesting the rezoning of multiple properties located within the area bounded by J Street to the north, Main Street to the east, Bartlett Street to the west, and Willis Street to the south. The properties subject to the proposed rezoning are currently zoned T3 Neighborhood Commercial District, and the request is to be rezoned to T4 Downtown Commercial District. Staff report.
So as you stated, these are for the properties bounded by Bartlett Street, Willis Street, and J Street and Main Street. If you take a look at your packet on page 3, you'll see outlined in that thick red outline, those are the parcels that are proposed to be rezoned. Within that block, if you look to the north, you'll see the additional parcels. Those are already zoned T4 Downtown Commercial. These other parcels to the south are zoned T3. The difficulty that sort of creates right now is that it's tough to consolidate those parcels for development purposes. It also puts some limitations dimensionally and in terms of density limits on those parcels or those properties that are zone T3 right now. This has been a developer that is interested in applying for the October 2025 round of LIHTC funding and has expressed interest in a number of these parcels in this area. A number of these parcels are owned by the Calhoun County Land Bank. There's an additional parcel owned by the City of Battle Creek. The city and the land bank work provided that the necessary approvals are given, that the developer is able to secure their funding. The city and the land bank would work then to transfer those properties to the developer. That's the purpose of what you see in front of you today. There are additional diagrams in the staff report for you to take a look at that also outline the current T4 zoning district, as well as provide you a snippet of the zoning map that shows you the zoning of the subject parcels and the zoning of the surrounding area. I can attempt to answer any questions that anybody might have.
Are there any clarifying or technical questions for city staff from commissioners at this time? Yeah.
Just curious, directly behind on Bartlett, are those the T4 downtown commercial as well?
On to the other side of Bartlett, so
Yeah.
later that south, those are T4 as well.
They are, okay.
Yep.
Is there any legal non-conforming concerns?
There are not. So there is one, what you would consider to be a legal nonconformity right now.
Warehouse.
So it's that warehouse building that's right on the corner of Willis and Bartlett. That's going to be nonconforming whether it's T3 or T4.
Right.
Neither zoning district permits warehouses. However, the proposed rezoning is not anticipated to produce any nonconformities. There is a lone single-family residence left on that block that's within the area of proposed rezoning. That single-family residence, while single-family detached residences are not a permitted use in the T4 zoning district, there is a standalone classification for those under, they're listed as what our zoning ordinance terms as an existing use. And the definition section of the ordinance clearly sets existing uses apart from non-conforming uses. So while you could not build a brand-new single-family home on a parcel where there has not been one previously, provided the existing use of that property is single-family, that property could be used and can be reconstructed regardless of the degree of damage into perpetuity, so until the point that somebody else establishes another use on the property. So it insulates that from those properties from legal nonconforming status.
Thank you. Yeah?
Thank you. Are there any time constraints to this particular request? Noting the one location, well, one of the locations where residents and neighbors could make comments or concerns is happening on September 4th after this meeting. So is there any time constraint in putting it after that opportunity presents itself?
So it was the best that we could do to get it in front of MPC1. MPC1 didn't have a meeting in July or in August, so we did not have the opportunity. We were approached regarding this item it was late July, so we had not had the opportunity yet to get this item in front of MPC1. So what we intend to do is take this next week to the regular meeting and then provide their feedback as a part of the city commission materials that go to the city commission.
So it wouldn't go before the city commission on the September 2nd, but the one, the third
So it'll go,
day in September
so it'll go to the city commission.
to be successful here.
Yeah, so it'll go to the city commission next week for an introduction. We will then on Thursday meet with NPC1
So
to
would
get.
it all would have been, so that was my question. Is there, so are you saying the folks that came to you to request this are on a time constraint? Is that why we're proceeding instead of waiting until we are able to get that feedback and move it after?
Correct. So they have an October 1st deadline to provide their application to the state for LIHTC funding. And
Okay.
so that's why this is on kind of an expedited.
Thank you.
Any other questions, comments? There's, for a future development, if it's exclusively housing, there's no concern with form-based standards. I know there can be some ground level standards that would need to be applied by. There's not going to be any concern there, or?
There's not. We will work with the developer, obviously, in developing their site plan in accordance with the form-based requirements. The only portion of the downtown area that prohibits ground level residential is within the T5 zoning district along West Michigan Avenue. So there would be no issue in this area with ground level residential.
Perfect. All right. The city is the applicant, so we will not hear from any further from the applicant. We'll go to the public. Are there any public comments regarding the rezoning request PRZ 25-0005? All right, Seeing none, we can move on. Is there any discussion amongst planning commission members? Any further thoughts, questions, any deliberation on this? None?
Yeah, just for the record, it's unfortunate that this has that tight timeline, because we really want to encourage citizen input, or at least provide that opportunity before it's introduced. So, just for the record.
Thank you. Any further comment? Any questions? All right. I will call out the staff recommendations for this request are on page 16. Not hearing any further questions or any further statements, I will entertain a motion. Please have a specific motion, including your intention and mention of any conditions. If you're in support, mention the staff recommendation. If you're not in support, please provide a reasoning.
Move for the approval of rezoning requests PRZ 250005, based on staff recommendations.
It's been moved by Commissioner Gray. Is there support?
Support.
Supported by Commissioner Morris. Any further question or comment? Seeing none, let's vote.
Commissioner Gray,
Yes.
Mayor Banky,
Yes.
Commissioner Hughes,
Yes?
Commissioner Morris,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Donnell.
Yes.
All right, unanimously supported and recommended to the City Commission. Thank you all. We can move on now to the public hearing for consideration of text amendment number A2-25. This is a request from the City of Battle Creek to consider an amendment to Chapter 1263, the sign section of the zoning code, including amendments allowing for flexibility with regard to sign sizes within the area known as the Motor Mile, and there are additional proposed amendments for clarification. Staff report.
So this item sort of came about as a result of an application for a new sign that the city recently received from the Kia dealership on Dickman. As a result of the way that the sign ordinance was written, staff was not able to approve the sign application at an administrative level. The item did go to the Zoning Board of Appeals, and it was approved. A variance for the sign was approved, so that sign currently has been approved. However, we recognize in looking at the language of the ordinance, and particularly with considering the proximity to the city limits between Springfield and the city of Battle Creek, I think the concern is that it could potentially place our sign ordinance, likely being more restrictive than the city of Springfield's, could potentially place those businesses that are within the city at a little bit of a disadvantage. And so the purpose of the language that we're proposing with regard to signs along Dickman within the sort of the Motor Mile area is to allow for increased flexibility in terms of what is calculated as part of the overall calculation of the sign size. Right now, with these larger sort of monolith type signs, if there are features of it that are sort of viewed or need to be viewed as incorporated into the overall kind of character of the sign, it all has to be included in the square footage. The proposed language would give the zoning administrator some more flexibility to simply, within that area, to simply view the area of lettering and basically clear messaging as the area to be calculated. While we were looking at the sign ordinance, we've also received feedback from a number of the sign companies that we work with regularly that apply for permitting, that the format of the ordinance has been confusing in its readability in the past. So what we've attempted to do here as well is sort of clean that up and provide a little bit different chart. In terms of substantive changes to the chart, we've made a few clarifying changes just to clarify the difference between a gas station awning and a typical canopy sign. We didn't really have any direct regulation of gas station awnings. We were kind of using what we had to the best of our ability to be able to try to permit signs there, but placing that in there makes it quite clear exactly what is permitted and what's not. Additionally, there were updates made to separate portable and roof signs from each other, as they are two different styles of signs as far as prohibited signs go, and then separating animated and flashing signs. There are a couple of items just to bring to the attention of the commission. There's a couple of instances in the new copy version that you have in your packet where the word sign is not plural. It does not have an S. We'll be adding that before that goes to the city commission level. And then if you take a look at page 60, it's the canopy sign area within the commercial zoning district. So it's going to be page 62 of your packet. Its address is awning style canopy signs. It states shall not exceed 1.2 times the canopy frontage in square footage. In total, this can be used in combination with other specific signs. That was intended to be removed from the language. That was the original language. It really doesn't make any sense the way that it's written. That next sentence that you see, 10% of the face of the building that the canopy is attached to, that is the only language that's intended to be in that section, and so we'll be striking that first sentence out prior to advancing this to the city commission. So I just wanted to bring those items to everyone's attention as well.
Thank you, Travis. Are there any technical or clarifying questions from commissioners? Seeing none, again, the city is the applicant. We will move to the public. Are there any public comments for text amendment number A2-25? Seeing none, we can move back to the commissioners. Any questions, comments, deliberations on this?
I just want to appreciate all the hard work you put into this, because I know you spent some time on it, and I think it's great the way you put it together. So thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. Just curious, because, the signs that we're talking about along the motor mile are definitely larger than what you normally see. Are there similar, where is another area that has this size sign allowance?
So if you take a look in your packet at, let me find the page, page 35. So we highlighted in there the two most obvious signs that are located both in the city of Springfield. The first is at 1385 West Dickman Road. The second's at 1355 West Dickman. It's the Honda and the Toyota
Oh, yeah,
dealership.
that, outside of the motor mile, were there any, that's what I was talking about.
No.
I see the ones in the report.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah. There are no others right now that are within the motor mile, within the city of Battle Creek right now that have issues. This ordinance, this amendment to the ordinance would simply create an environment so in the future, if we get a future application from any of those dealerships or any of the other businesses that are along that stretch within the city.
But there's no other areas outside of that stretch that have this allowance or considering this allowance?
There are not. It is specific to the motor mile.
Thank you.
Any additional questions or comments? All right, with that in mind, I will entertain a motion. Please have a specific motion including your intention and mention of any conditions. If in support, the staff report and recommendation. If not in support, please give your reasoning.
Move for the approval of the text amendment number A2-25 based on the recommendations of the staff report.
It's been moved by Commissioner Gray,
Support.
Support by Commissioner O'Donnell. Any further questions, comments? Hearing none, seeing none, let's vote.
Commissioner Hughes,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Donnell,
Yes.
Commissioner Gray,
Yes.
Commissioner Morris,
Yes.
Mayor Banky,
Yes.
Unanimously approved. Thank you all. All right, that concludes our public hearings and deliberations. Is there any old business?
no old business,
Any new business?
no new business,
All right, we move on to comments by the public. Do we have any comments by the public? I see some public. Is anyone here to make a public comment? Please come forward.
Good afternoon. I'm Ed Thurston. I live in Golden View Estates at 363 Golden View Drive, just on the backside of Riverside Golf Club. So I grew up here in Battle Creek and moved back 5 years ago after a few decades living in various parts of the country and 20 years in Latin America. It has been meaningful to return at this stage of life, plugging back into the rich history of my hometown and seeing potential in the changes and new developments, especially here in downtown. After hearing of this recent idea of developing Riverside Country Club into some form of truck stop, I decided it's time to air my voice on the future of my city. I've talked to a number of people in my area and in the community, and not one person has expressed any interest or thinking it's a great idea to have another truck stop, especially in that location. I really don't want a concrete jungle a couple blocks from my house off the back nine of the golf club. The intersection and overpass of Columbia Avenue over M66 is already congested enough, and we don't need to encourage more noise and petroleum pollution in that part of the city. In addition, why would you ever put a contaminating business just above our beautiful river with significant probability of toxic runoffs from such an operation? There's plenty of land for sale along the M66 corridor closer to I-94 if you think we need another truck stop. Instead of Riverside Petroleum Company XYZ, I think that most residents of this area would rather see Riverside Estates, a nice gated community with bike and hiking paths running down into a growing and more robust downtown. It seems obvious these rolling hills would make for a perfect master plan community of quality housing much needed in our city to attract executive and professional level job seekers for growing enterprises in Battle Creek. The historic building at the club would make a great event center for the development of our city, in our city. Not to mention, that development of the greater development would throw off significant tax revenues so that we could do a better job of fixing our community of growing homeless and crack smokers here in downtown. We need more revenue for more law enforcement and family services for our broken homes and families. A petroleum business is not going to accomplish that. Many of us want to see a true master plan for our city. We want to see city leaders in the spirit of W.K. Kellogg and C.W. Post, who will lead with their money and generous spirits to develop the next era of Battle Creek. We want to see entities like Battle Creek Unlimited, Battle Creek Foundation, Miller Foundation, the Kellogg Foundation, all this money generated in this county coming together in unified and cohesive fashion for our city. We need developers who will fulfill the vision of the people, not just special interests or one company's bank accounts. I have worked in a number of developments internationally. I know some developers, so let's go find some to fulfill our vision once we have it. We are all watching and wanting to support you, our planners and leaders in this community. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Absolutely.
Good afternoon. My name is Marvin Hicks. My address is 112 Clubhouse Drive, Battle Creek, Michigan. My wife is Dr. Opal and myself. And we attended a meeting a couple of weeks ago from the proposed developers pertaining to Riverside Golf Club. We moved our family here from the east side of Michigan, Novi, Northville, which is, you know, is a very beautiful area. And we moved here because of our businesses that brought us here. And we have attached ourselves to the city of Battle Creek. Our children go to school here in Battle Creek. Our daughter and my son-in-law both work in Battle Creek, as well as the businesses that we own. We're a vital part of this community, and we bought this property based on the fact that it's just absolutely beautiful. Our property does face the golf course looking north, which is probably the highest point in Battle Creek, if I'm not mistaken, and is absolutely drop-dead gorgeous. For any industrial type planning to interfere or interrupt that, that view will be a tremendous burden on my family, which will probably cause us to uproot and probably move back east, and I don't want to do that. We find Battle Creek to be a beautiful place with beautiful hidden gems, and we become very attached to the city. In addition to that, I think that it should be clear that more discussion should be taking place pertaining to this endeavor before anything move. I understand there's contracts pertaining to the realtors as well as the purchaser of who made an offer on the property. But I think that as far as rezoning it, I think that the job of the city planning should take in very consideration the wants of the residents in the area. I haven't been on the back nine, and I don't, so I really don't know, because I'm not a golfer. I'm an ex-football coach, so I'm not a golfer, but my wife and my daughter, they do that. But anyway, I'm saying that to say that the secret to success in the community, because it is constantly changing, is try to hold on and maintain as much of the natural beauty of this city that it does have. And again, I just appreciate an opportunity to come before you, the planning committee and the mayor. And I just thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to share with you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your comments. Any additional comments from the public? Anyone else?
I thought this was going to be done like in a month or something like that.
Can you please come forward?
No.
We can't hear you. It's... Sorry.
It's recorded, so we do it so that the audience who's listening can hear you. So if you, we would love to hear from you.
What he said.
Noted. All right. If there's no more public comment, any comments by the staff or commission members? Yeah.
Thank you. Just want to say thank you for coming down and giving your comments about upcoming zoning changes. So we all listen to everything that you bring us. So thank you.
Same. Thank you.
Same here.
All right. Any more comments? Thank you all. Public, staff, commissioners, thank you. Enjoy the rest of your evenings. Meeting adjourned.